Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Trish and today is going to be my bronzer ranking and declutter video. I did go ahead and decide to mesh these two videos together just to make it easier and not to drag out the process. So I am going to rank my bronzers from the ones that I don't like up to my favorite bronzer, and at the same time I'm going to tell you whether or not I am going to keep or declutter these bronzers. If that is something that interests you, just go ahead and keep watching. First, if you have yet to subscribe, I'd love it if you'd join the family. And now let's get on to ranking and decluttering my bronzers. So I have 13 bronzers, and no, that's not all of them, is sitting here in front of me, and I did go through last night and rank these bronzers. So I'm going to go from my least favorite all the way up to my favorite, and some of the ones at the bottom I am keeping, but for a specific purpose, and I will let you know why I'm keeping them when I get to it. But let's go ahead and kick it off with my number 13 bronzer, and it is going to be my Wet n Wild Live Laugh Hug bronzer from the Care Bear collection. And this is what that one looks like. And the reason that I do not like this bronzer is that it's the wrong tone and it's too dark on me. So I'm gonna put that one here for you guys to see. But it is just way too orangey for my skin tone and too dark for me even in the summertime when I get what little tan I get in the summertime. So this one is ranked number 13, and this I'm going to go ahead and declutter. At number 12, I have the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder. And you guys, this says it's for deeper skin tone, but if you are deeper than my skin tone, this is not going to work for you. But this is a huge bronzer, and let me go ahead and give you a swatch. Now this one here is more the type of bronzer that I use right here. So you can see the difference between the Wet n Wild one and this one, but this is definitely more of one that I would use. My issue with this is it is matte, and I have not used a matte bronzer and I can't remember how long. I love my luminous, my glowy bronzer, and this one is just, while the color is good for me, this one is not one that I reach for because it is matte. So this one is also going to be a declutter. At number 11 is going to be my Becca Bali Sands bronzer, and this is what that one looks like. And let me go ahead and give you guys a swatch right there. And you can see this one's slightly warmer than the Essence one. Still a tone I use, still compared to that Wet n Wild one. But this one right here, I do like, but I don't love. And this one is also more of a matte bronzer. It's not as luminous as some of my other bronzers here. I mean, if you can tell, there is a slight sheen to it in the pan, but nothing as glowy as what I normally reach for. And to be honest with you, I've recently been using all my bronzers to get ready for this video, and I gotta say, this really is just not a bronzer I want to reach for at all. So this is going to be a declutter as well. My next bronzer is arguably a highlighter, but it says bronzer, and I use it as a bronzer, so it's in this ranking. But this is going to be the JCat Golden Soleil Baked Bronzer, and this one is a 101 Coconut Island. Now, as you guys can see, this is very shimmery, and when I swatch it right here, you can barely see that swatch. It is so light, but I do have a purpose for this in my bronzer collection. I like to take this one and put it on top of other bronzers, especially my cream bronzers that aren't as luminous as some of my other powder bronzers, and I do like using it for that purpose. So while this is ranked really, really low in my bronzer collection, because I cannot wear this on its own, it's too light and way too glowy, I do use this. So this is actually going to be a keep, even though it's ranked so low. The next one is going to be the Soul Body Bronzer in a Light. And this is what that one looks like. This is my first cream bronzer in this ranking video. And as you can see, it is a lot deeper than the other ones, which it does sheer out. This being a cream bronzer does sheer out very, very nicely. But also it's just really warm toned compared to the ones that I normally use. So I never reach for this. I just recently pulled this back out and tried it again, and it's just not a color I reach for. It doesn't look natural on my skin, and that is something that I really, really like and appreciate, and this just doesn't do it for me. So this one is going to be a declutter as well. So ranked at number 8 is going to be my Nudestix bronzer in Bondi Bay, and this is what that color looks like. And let me go ahead and give you a swatch. And this one again is a cream bronzer, but you can see that this one and the Wet n Wild one are about the same shade and the same undertone. So I do not actually use this. It is too deep for my skin tone, and I have found the few times that I do use it, I actually have to go over it with one of my white powders to like dull it down a little bit. Now I will say it does look very pretty when it's sheared out. It's just too deep for me, and I can't get it to go the way I want it to go. Now I can show you guys here as I blend it out a bit, the actual color, and you can see compared to my skin, it just looks like an orange bruise on me. So this is going to be a declutter as well. Number 7 is going to be the Too Faced Hot Cocoa bronzer. Now this was limited edition, and I do actually like this bronzer. I do just swirl it all together. I mean, it's a very cute imprint on it, but I do just swirl it all together. And this is what that bronzer looks like. And as you can tell, it is a little bit warmer than the other ones, but it is not orange like these 3 here. So I do like it. It is just a little bit deeper than these down here. And I actually do wear this. I wear this more than you would think I would wear it, but it is a matte bronzer. So it is something that I would have to top it with like the JCat bronzer, just to give it a little bit of a glow to it. So this one I'm kind of on the fence about. It is ranked a little bit lower, and I do have ones higher that I'm going to keep. So I think I'm actually going to give this to my daughter. She really likes this line and the hot cocoa and the imprint. She loves Too Faced stuff. So I think this one is going to be a declutter, because I know my daughter will get a lot more use out of it than I do. All right, number 6 is going to be Revolution's The Simpson bronzer. And this one is actually a liquid bronzer, and it is very, unique to my collection. So it looks super, super dark there, but when you blend it out, it just blends out so beautifully, so effortlessly. It is naturally a glowy bronzer, and surprisingly, I really like this. I have found this Revolution Simpson line. I have found a highlighter I love. I have found a bronzer I love. Like, this is just gorgeous. Look at that sheen. It's just so pretty. Now it is darker than these here, but this one does sheer out very nicely. Like it sheers out very, very nicely. So this one is definitely going to be a keep. And this is the second bronzer I am keeping. Okay, so we've made it to the top 5, and coming in at number 5 is going to be the Zoeva Radiant Bronzer and Highlighter, although I just use this as a bronzer. Sorry, it's very reflective. And this is, ooh, I'm running out of room. This is what that bronzer looks like. This one right here. It is a very glowy bronzer, which I do like, mostly because this one over here is a highlighter and I just mix it together. But I do like this one. It is more of an orange tone, but not quite as bad as these other ones. And this one is one that I can use in the summertime and I do really enjoy. It is kind of getting up there in age, so this is something I would consider decluttering maybe at the end of the year. But for now, I'm going to enjoy it this summer, hopefully, and then reconsider at the end of the year. It does have a shelf life of 18 months and I've had this for I don't know how long. A while. I've had this for a while, we'll say. And I do like this, but it is getting up there. So this one is going to be a keep for now with a possible declutter at my like end of year declutter. So this is the third one I am keeping. Number 4 is going to be the Nars Laguna bronzer. Now this one here, you wouldn't think I would like because it is a little, wow, we're really getting there with swatches, aren't we guys? Sorry. But this one right here is a little bit warmer, but this one is also like a warm cool. I can wear this one with a warm look and I can wear it with a cool tone look. I can wear it in the summer. I can wear it in the winter. This is just an all over good bronzer. Now it is matte, and this is again is something that I have to have a topper for a more luminous glow, which I like. So this is going to be a keep, and then it's also a mini. I mean, it's a mini. So this is going to be a keep, most definitely, and I might consider repurchasing the full size once I get done with this mini, if I ever get done with this mini. The number 3 bronzer is going to be my Kiko Milano Unexpected Paradise Bronzer in Warm Honey. Now, Kiko Milano does come out with new collections a lot, but if you look even in their current collection, they have this exact same shade, the Warm Honey shade. They don't really change up the bronzers unless it's the matte one instead of the shimmer. This is my absolute, I love the smell of this. I love the smell of it. This is my absolute favorite summertime bronzer, and that is because it is just the perfect, oh my goodness, the perfect summertime bronzer. Look at that. Like, it is not an orange shade at all, but it's just beautiful. I just love that bronzer there. And I wear this every summer. I don't even remember when this collection came out, but I've had it for a year, maybe 2. And I wear this every summer, starting in the spring, and I'm currently mixing it in with my Flower Beauty bronzer to like get it a little bit more summer color, bronzer color, as opposed to the cool tone. But I do love this. This is huge. I will never be able to pan this, and it is probably going to go bad before I use it all up. But I do love it, and I am definitely not getting rid of this one. Okay, so we're at the top 2, and I'm sure you guys were wondering where this was going to rank, but here it is. The Flower Beauty Heatwave bronzer. Now this one I am panning this year, and this is what sparked my bronzer declutter. Here it is right here compared to the rest of them. I just put it there. I ran out of space, sorry. But I love this bronzer. I've used it all year now at this point, and it's luminous, it's beautiful, it's perfect. It's this tone right here that I can use all year round if I just mix in just a little bit more of a warm tone bronzer like my Kiko Milano. But this is perfectly like luminous. It's not too glowy, it's not too matte. It's a beautiful bronzer, and I have not regretted having to use this bronzer all year long. This has been a joy to use, and that is rare. I get bored with products very quickly, but this right here has been a joy to use. So this is definitely going to be a keep. And I'm hoping I can get this done this year, and if I do, I may end up repurchasing it after I finish my number 1 bronzer. My number 1 bronzer is probably going to be one that will shock a lot of you, because this has fell out of favor with the YouTube beauty community, and I don't know why, but I love it. And it is the Huda Beauty Tantour bronzer in Fair. Now this is what I'm wearing today, And this is a swatch of it right there. This is what I'm wearing today with the JCat on top of it. But this is just a good bronzer. I love it. It just glides on. It feels so smooth, blends out so effortlessly, and it is just a joy to work with. Every time I put this on, I love my makeup look. I love the way this looks on my skin. I love the way I can apply this over powder because I powder my face. I'm a very oily skin girl and I powder my face every day. And then I will put this on over my powder and it blends beautifully. And I love this and I can't wait to start using this more once I finish my Flower Beauty bronzer. But this is most definitely my #1 bronzer currently and I love it. So this is definitely a keep. So these are all the bronzers that I had in my collection going there. And I am keeping 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I am keeping 7 bronzers and I am decluttering 6. So I'm keeping half and decluttering half. That's really good. So that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this bronzer ranking and decluttering. If you did, if you would like, comment, and subscribe, it really does help me out, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.